there was a group of atheists in a town called Spartanburg, South Carolina. Now, they were told that they were not allowed to distribute care packages to the homeless at the Spartanburg Soup Kitchen. That's kind of amazing, right? So, who is this group? Well, this group is called the Upstate Atheists. And they had asked if they could volunteer to distribute care packages to the homeless. Now, what's in these care packages? Well, stuff like gloves, socks, toothpaste, toothbrushes, combs, soap, ponchos, razors, antiseptic wipes, deodorant, tissues, and gum, of all things. Hey, well, okay, well, fresh breath, maybe. So pretty much, some essentials, some nice care packages for the homeless people in Spartanburg. But why were these atheists denied? Well, Lou Landrum, the Soup Kitchen's executive director, told a local paper that allowing the atheists to distribute their care packages would be, quote, a disservice to this community. A disservice. So helping the homeless, even if you're an atheist, is a disservice to the community. Really. I find that really kind of amazing and really short-sighted and just wrong on so many levels. So if you're an atheist, you can't help the poor? You're not allowed to help. Wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Now, for those of you who think, well, there's a good reason, right? There must be a good reason. Well, maybe the atheists are going around there trying to proselytize, trying to, turn those homeless people away from God. Well, not quite. For those who see the atheist group as pushing their beliefs, the president of the Upstate Atheists, a woman named Eve Brannon, she promised not to wear. She promised that the atheists in her group would not wear their T-shirts or tell the homeless who they're with. So they just, she promised to go out there and say and just help the people without saying, that we're the atheist group. Okay. So they're not going out there and trying to proselytize. They're not out there trying to say, we're the atheists and we're here to help you. They're just wanting to go out there and help people, which is the moral thing to do. It's not just a Christian thing to do. It's the moral thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Eve Brannon also said that the group frequently works with Christian groups, nonprofit organizations. Quote, we've raised money for March of Dimes, worked with the Generous Garden Project, done community park cleanups, adopted a highway, and sponsored local foster children for Christmas. And this is an atheist group doing lots and lots of wonderful things. We just want to help out. And they told us that we were not allowed. Now, when asked, the Soup Kitchen's director told the Spartanburg Herald-Journal that, quote, we stand on the principles of God. Bullshit. I immediately call bullshit on that one. Because it's obvious that you don't stand for anything but your own petty interests. But continue. Do atheists think that our guests are so ignorant that they don't know what an atheist is? Why are they targeting us? They don't give any money. I wouldn't want their money. Amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, they don't donate money, but we wouldn't want it anyway.
I agree with everything that you just said. This is a complete abrogation of what Jesus told people, to go out and feed the poor, to take care of folks no matter what they believed in. He didn't hang out with a bunch of religious people trying to make himself feel better about how religious he was. And he told people not to do that. But I'm not surprised that it happened in South Carolina because open religious bigotry is big in the South. The Southern Baptist Church is kind of like the second arm of the government in a lot of places down south, and this kind of overt discrimination probably happens all the time. So probably the only reason we're hearing about it is because it was in Spartanburg, which is a big city for South Carolina standards, but it probably happens in little small towns all over the place. We don't want you. But it just shows the total hypocrisy of a lot of people involved. But I guess the only other question I had was like, well, I guess she's got the right to do this. Is it a religious group that runs the thing? It's not a civic. It's not a civic soup kitchen, is it?
It's a religious group that runs the soup kitchen, and
yeah, I guess they have the right, but it's
right to do so.
Yeah, they have the right, but it's just totally wrong.
Should it really matter where the help and the money comes from?
It's a horrible religious example. It's an example of Christians not being Christian.
That's exactly it too.
That's it, and we see so much of that. And that's just another one to throw into that barrel, if you will.
And it's kind of funny, this director, Lou Landrum, said finally, quote, "They can set up across the street from the soup kitchen. They can have the devil there with them, but they better not come across the street." Dude, these people are there to help.
And they don't believe in the devil either.
Exactly. That's another point. It's just kind of funny. Like, they think, like, it just goes into the mind of some of these religious people that think that, oh my God, atheists, they hate God, they reject God because they love the devil. No, we don't. We don't love the devil. We don't believe in the devil. We don't believe in some dude with, pitchfork and horns and whatever that lives in a fiery place below the earth's crust.
Man with gray hair.
Yeah, we don't believe in it. We don't believe in your Beelzebub and your crazy voodoo bullshit. But we want to help people, and that's what this group was trying to do. Is they like, hey, we have a problem with homeless people. Well, we want to help distribute these care packages. We want to work with this charity. We want to help these homeless people because this life is all they got.
Well,
and another thing, and I'm sorry, David, I don't want to cut you off or anything like that, but just there's another thing. A lot of these soup kitchens and homeless shelters that are religious in origin. I mean, I'm not going to throw them all under the bus, but there are certain ones that will only help you if you agree to be preached to. And hungry people, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, all right, I'll listen to your sermon as long as I get some food. And so they're really kind of preying on these homeless people, on these people that are down on their luck, and are desperate. And that's what really bothers me about this whole thing. And it seems like them not taking help from an atheist group that is more than willing to help, and that just wants to give back to their community. The whole religious group saying, no, we don't like your kind. We don't want your kind here. It makes me think that they fear the competition.
Well, don't you think they all
competition?
Don't you think they might also not want people to find out that you don't have to have religion to do moral goods in your life? Point.
It's
like we don't want people to see that you don't need religion to scoop food to someone's plate.
Absolutely.
While you're volunteering.
Right, and I have a good example. My wife, she volunteers. She volunteers over at a food pantry at a Presbyterian church. She's an atheist like me. She doesn't believe in God. She thinks it's all voodoo crap. And they know it there. And she still volunteers, and she's, she goes in and she helps, when she doesn't have to work, goes in every couple of weeks on a Tuesday, and she goes and she helps people, needy people, get food. And, she gives of herself for other people. And it doesn't matter what religion she is, and that's how you know that the place is actually legit and only interested in helping people is when they say, we don't care what faith you are, we don't care what faith comes to us for help, we just want to help people, we want to give back to the community. And this place in South Carolina, they're obviously only interested in their own agenda, which is trying to convert people.
Yeah, they have you'd probably be amazed that some of the churches down here, they have buses that go out and pick up like homeless and hungry people all over the streets and bring them in for what you mentioned earlier, salvation soup, what they like to call it. You got to get a bowl of soup and listen to a sermon. But the most outrageous thing is a lot of them get like these faith-based charity money from the government.
Yeah.
to go out and do this. And so they just like drive these buses around saying, hey, come get a fried chicken dinner over here at Target Ministries. And so they're making it on both ends. It's ridiculous.
It's predatory behavior right there. Like,
Mhm.
oh, we'll help you out, but you got to be one of us. Well, what happens if I don't want to be one of you? You're going to deny me a meal. You're going to deny helping anybody that doesn't decide to conform to your religious beliefs. And I think that's horrible. And that's, for one, that's incredibly unchristian. Because, what did Jesus say? Just help people.
The atheists are being much more Christian in this scenario.
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole irony of the thing. And it just goes to show, like you had pointed out earlier, that you don't have to have a faith to have a morality. You don't have to have a belief in God to do good things. And I think that's the best lesson that we can take out of this. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and share with your friends. If you want to see more, go to our channel at youtube.com/TYTNation. And if you really want to support the show, support this channel, go to our fundraising campaign at www.patreon.com/TYTNation. The website is in the description below. Thank you guys, and keep watching.